there, geometry students. We are going to do a super short video. It is our Chapter 3 construction, which will be on our combination Chapter 1, Chapter 3 constructions test. So this video I estimate will be at most 5 minutes long, hopefully shorter than that. But the title or the type of construction that we're doing is we're constructing parallel lines. So all I put, there's not really a section number, although this does go with lesson 3.5, I believe it is. But we're just going to title it Constructing Parallel Lines. There's going to be 3 constructions on your Chapter 1, Chapter 3 constructions test. It will be doing a segment bisector, an angle bisector, and then parallel lines. So this is the third of the 3. And we've already done videos on the first 2. They're in your Chapter 01 lesson notes. All right, so the first thing that we want to do is draw a horizontal line on our paper and then label that line M. So we're going to draw a line and label it M. And again, feel free to pause your video as you need to. You should have one line on your paper and label it line M. Now the next thing we need to do is put a point N that is not on M. So we'll just call that point N, N as in Nancy. Then it says to draw a line through N that intersects line M. And you can draw this line however you want. You just need to go through N, and then you need to intersect line M. And one tip for this is make sure that you continue that line fairly high up. You need to be able to have the line go fairly high or it doesn't end up working. All right, so I think we've done that. Now it says to label the intersection point D. So we're going to put a point here and label that D. The next step says place the compass point at D and draw an arc. Now, anytime we draw an arc with our compass, we do want to make sure it's kind of tight so that it doesn't move, and also in case we need to save the setting for another time. So we're going to put our tip on D, and we're going to draw an arc here that intersects line M as well as the line that we just drew. Then what we want to do is label the 2 points of intersection as E and F. And again, feel free to pause this video or replay it, because this one does have a few steps. Now it says with the same setting, place your compass at point M and draw another arc. So I'm going to keep the setting that I used to draw this first arc, but I'm going to move my tip up to N and draw another arc. And it does need to go through the line you drew and as far down as you can. Now what we want to do is label this point of intersection right here as G. That is G. By the way, on your test, you do not need to put the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We're just putting these letters on here now so that we can talk about where to put your compass. Okay, now what we need to do is measure the distance from E to F. So we're going to put our tip on E and open and close our compass so that we can see that we have it open just the right amount to go through point F. Then I want to lift that tip up with the compass on the same setting, put the tip on G, and draw an arc right there, right where it crosses over the one you just drew. So the official way of putting it is with the same setting, place the compass at point G, and draw an arc to intersect the one already drawn. Label this point H. So we're going to label this point right here, point H. Now we're going to draw a line through N and H and label it line N. So we're going to draw a line through N and H and label it line N. We have now drawn 2 lines that are parallel to each other. Now, I'm going to ask you a question just for the fun of it. Don't feel badly if you don't get this. But do you know why it is that these 2 lines are parallel to each other? The reason is because we've copied this angle here. What would you call this pair of angles? Do you know? These would be called corresponding angles We've drawn two corresponding angles that are congruent. Make my day now. If a pair of corresponding angles is congruent, what do we know about the lines? The lines are parallel. And why is that? What would be the justification for it? It would be corresponding angles what? Corresponding angles what? Corresponding angles converse. All right, so you guys know how to do the construction. We'll talk about this in Zoom as well. I hope you have a good night. Bye.